living and working in Germany has pros and cons. For example, one big pro about living in Germany is the quality of life because the country has excellent healthcare, efficient public transportation, clean cities, and a strong social system that supports education, safety, and well-being. Also, people generally enjoy a good work-life balance, and there are plenty of green spaces and cultural activities to enjoy. However, a main con is the language barrier. Usually the language can be challenging to learn, especially for newcomers, and in smaller towns not everybody speaks English fluently. This can make daily life, paperwork, and social integration more difficult until you become more comfortable with the language.
Another good point to consider is the cost of living. It varies depending on the city, but it is usually high. There is a range between 400 to 800 euros for a room in a shared flat. For example, public transportations cost around 60 to 100 euros per month. The groceries cost around 200 to 300 euros per month per person, and it is mandatory to pay health insurance, which the price starts at 120 euros per month only for students. So, the cost of living is around 1,000 and 1,050 per month.
But on the positive side, Germany has an excellent education with many public universities offering low or even zero tuition fees for international students. The only cost the universities require is a contribution of 150 to 350 euros, which often includes a public transport pass. If you worry about the language for learning in that country, you need to know that there are over 1,500 master's programs taught entirely in English. German organizations offer a lot of scholarships for international students, covering living expenses and sometimes travel costs. Students get discounts on transportation, museums, cinemas, and more. They are also allowed to work up to 120 full days or 240 half days per year on a student visa. One thing to consider is that to get a student visa, you must show proof of financial means. In 2025, the required blocked account amount is 11 euros per year, which is about 934 euros per month.
Germany is also well known for its good work life. For example, there are laws that protect employees from workplace abuse. 35 to 40 hours of work per week, and overtime is compensated and actually discouraged. There's also paid vacation leave with 25 to 30 days of vacation per year, and maternity leave is always given to female workers. Also, employees don't take work back home. If they're at home, it's their free time, and at work, they focus on it. On the other hand, German people are often described as reserved, especially when compared to cultures that are more openly expressive or socially warm. Small talk is not as common, and it can sometimes feel like people are guarded until they get to know you better. This can make forming new friendships a slow process, especially for newcomers who are used to making social connections quickly. However, once the initial barrier is crossed, many Germans become genuinely warm, loyal, and dependable friends.
Great part of living in Germany is the transportation and the location in Europe. Trains and buses work very well and you can travel to different cities in Germany fast and easy. Also, because Germany is in the middle of Europe, it is possible to visit other countries like France, Italy, or Netherlands in just a few hours. This makes traveling cheaper and more exciting for people who like to know new places and cultures. The difficult part of this is the weather, especially for the people who come from tropical countries like Colombia. In Germany, the winters are very long, cold, and sometimes hard to enjoy. Temperatures go below zero, and many days are cloudy, dark, and almost with no sun. So, as we can see, living in Germany has many advantages, such as quality of life, education, work culture, and the transportation, but also have some challenge like the language barrier, high living cost, reserved social culture, and the cold winter. In the end, it's a country full of opportunities, but it requires adaptation and open mind.